up, everybody? It's your boy Keefe, and you're watching the weekly Ritual Ghost Cult's news show right here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. GhostCultMag.com is a small business. With that out of the way, let's get it on! In case you missed it, features at Ghost Cult Magazine. We kick this week's features off with our chat with Ben of Ligature Marks. The Portland metal band's deluxe edition of their album, Set Oceans on Fire, is coming out June 11th. We also talked to Brian of Red Fang. Red Fang's awesome new record, Arrows, is out this week from Relapse Records. We also interviewed former NFL player and musician Joe Barksdale, all about his trio of albums, his journey to becoming a musician and stand-up comedian, and a whole lot more. We also talked to Allison Cambridge and Tony Bruno of Rock Me Amadeus, the mashup of classical music, opera, heavy metal, and more is coming soon. Also, check out our top live streams for the month of June. Live streams is still a big deal as we're just getting our concerts and festivals back. So check out our preview of live streams from Motionless in White, Bad Religion, Amigo the Devil, Voivod, and more. And now, the news rundown. We kick this week's news off with our usual coverage of festivals, tours, and shows canceled, rebooked, rescheduled, and more. Starting things off with Midgard's Blot, the European festival focusing on Norse paganism and folk metal and other things, has been postponed for 2021. They just cannot host the festival this year. They have confirmed they're coming back in 2022, and we hope to go cover it again. In a devastating blow to metalheads all over the world, Wacken Open Air, the granddaddy of them all, the greatest metal festival in the world, has once again had to postpone their festival this summer. They could not hold it last year, obviously during the pandemic, and the German government just passed down a ruling that no mass gatherings can take place before August 31st, effectively kiboshing the fest. The 2020 festival was to have been headlined by Slipknot, Judas Priest's 50 Years of Heavy Metal Tour, and Amon Amarth, among countless other bands. And Wacken remains a bucket list and dream destination for metalheads everywhere. Good luck. Hopefully they'll be able to have it in 2022, which they've already announced the dates for. Boston Calling was supposed to be one of the coming out parties for the return of Rage Against the Machine, but they were postponed in 2020 and not happening this year in 2021, but they are definitely happening in 2022, and Rage Against the Machine is coming back as one of the headliners along with Foo Fighters. The full band lineup is coming soon. On to some good news. Dynamo Festival, one of the best metal festivals in the world, is coming back this summer in August in the Netherlands, and it's going to have Amon Amarth and Heaven Shall Burn as the headliners of the two-day fest, along with Testament, Dress the Dead, Ginger, Candlemass, and more. 2 weeks in a row, Slipknot has come through with major news. Last week it was Knotfest Iowa. Now it's the Knotfest Roadshow returning. Knotfest Roadshow will take place this summer, including Knotfest Iowa, headlined by Slipknot, joined by Killswitch Engage, Fever 333, and Code Orange. Guns N' Roses has announced a new leg of the Not In This Lifetime tour. Finally, U.S. tour dates are booked this summer for GNR. They will be joined by Eddie Van Halen's son Wolfgang and his band Mammoth WVH. Their album comes out next week. Super exciting to get back some GNR live dates. Foo Fighters had to postpone their 25th anniversary tour last summer, so they have rebooked the first dates of their 26th anniversary for this summer. Super excited to get Foos back on the road. They've announced a handful of dates. There'll be a huge batch to come soon, but tickets are on sale right now for these shows. Decibel Magazine has announced their Metal and Beer Fest for Philadelphia is moving to September and will have the same 3 headliners they were supposed to have back in 2020. Converge, Napalm Death, and Pig Destroyer, all playing classic albums, as well as a reunited Dead Guy and a bunch of other killer bands and awesome beers. Are you ready to mosh and camp out right now, like this month in June? Download Festival and Festival Republic have teamed up in the UK for a weekend of metal and camping and moshing with no restrictions. Good luck to y'all with that. But that's what they're doing. It's going to be headlined by Frank Carter and Rattlesnakes, Bullet for My Valentine, While She Sleeps, Neck Deep, a whole bunch of other bands. I wish you guys the best of luck. Download Festival coming in. Get ready for Download 2022 and doing stuff in 2021. We love it. We bring you more news on David Ellefson, formerly of Megadeth. He was dismissed from the band last week following his sex scandal that saw him embarrassed online, although he did nothing wrong or illegal. Maybe inappropriate, maybe between him and his wife. Not the best stuff, but he did nothing actually illegal. He finally released a statement addressing the case. He is actually mounting a legal defense citing revenge porn laws. And as we predicted, he might do this against the person that leaked the videos between him and the young woman in question. He wished his bandmates well on tour, although he is not their bandmates anymore. And no word yet as to who will replace Dave in Megadeth. Rumors have been rampant with just about every bass player you can imagine, including Jason Newsted, formerly of Metallica. So much so that Jason's wife had to take to social media and assert that he is not going to join Megadeth, and that actually, if you've been following Jason on social media, he does not have any official social media channels anymore. He got rid of them all after his last tour with his Newsted Metal project. And so if you're following Jason or communicating with Jason, it's not him, and he's not joining Megadeth. But it would have been funny. I definitely would like to see Jason play some Megadeth jams. Arguably one of the most anticipated records still to release this year, Spiritbox has released the details of their upcoming record, Eternal Blue, coming out on Rise Records this fall, and it looks like a banger. They dropped another new single, Secret Garden, with a video that's also killer. We are here for Spiritbox. Not all heroes wear capes. Bandcamp has announced a brand new series of Bandcamp Fridays starting August 5th and going to the end of the year. They will again take no fees on Bandcamp Fridays and give all the money to bands. So if you love a lot of DIY, independent, and even major label bands, everybody's doing Bandcamp now, and they pay a lot better than Spotify. So if you want to support bands you love, support Bandcamp and support Bandcamp Friday. On June 19th, Juneteenth, Bandcamp will donate 100% of their fees to the NAACP and actually all sales. Swedish melodic death pioneers At the Gates have dropped another new single and video from their upcoming album, The Nightmare of Being, due out on July 2nd from Century Media. The Paradox is the brand new single and video in question. It is killer. We've been covering the saga of the split up and the fracturing of El Nino, where there was a faction of two El Ninos at one point. Now there are just El Nino and the new project from their former members, Lions at the Gate, featuring Christian Machado and Aru Luster. They're dropping their debut single today. We saw the teaser, it looks like a banger. We're bringing more news on this band and their upcoming full-length debut album pretty soon. Canadian rock legend Lee Aaron is back. Her brand new album, Radio On, is coming this summer from Metalville Records, and she just dropped a brand new single and video, Come On! And we're super excited for the legend's return and hope to chat with her pretty soon. Swedish power metalers Sabaton are back with the full album experience video for their 2008 album, The Art of War. Sabaton's been doing a terrific job with their current material, new singles, and legacy stuff. And basically this full album experience video is basically an album-length lyric video, and it is awesome. Legendary Toronto and New York punks Smash Gladys are back with a brand new single, Go to Hell, out now, streaming everywhere from Golden Robot Records. The band is long defunct and their lead singer Sally Cato passed away some time ago, but it's awesome that Golden Robot is putting out brand new Smash Gladys material. Nightwish held the first live stream event in the band's history this weekend over 2 nights and drew 150,000 fans. Insane! The band has also announced their replacement for Marko Hietala, who has retired. They went with Jukka Koskinen, a Wintersun, their countryman from Finland. He's an obvious choice to step in for Marko. He's going to do their whole world tour that's coming up soon as they continue to try to support their album Human Nature, or Human to Nature, Human Nature, I don't know. Anyway, that album's out now, that band's going on tour, and Jukka's going to be the bass player. Woo! Rock legend David Lee Roth has dropped a brand new single, Giddy Up, complete with artwork by David Lee Roth, which you can see here. It was co-written by John Five, who's written on the last bunch of David Lee Roth singles, and perhaps at some point David Lee will get back out on tour. He was supposed to do a festival run of him doing his solo material as well as Van Halen stuff. Obviously with Eddie Van Halen passed away, there will be no more Van Halen at all. Nonpoint has completed their brand new EP. We brought you the news a few weeks ago of their new single, Ruthless, which is brutal and awesome. They launched a record label, 361 Degrees Records, LLC, and we have an interview coming up soon with Elias Soriano to talk all about it. Classic rock legend Mike Skill is back. You might know his work from The Romantics, famous for singles like What I Like About You and Talking in Your Sleep. Mike is the guitar wizard of that band, and now he's got a solo career. He's got a killer new single out, So Soul Alone, which we premiered here at Ghost Cold, and we'll have an interview with Mike coming up soon. Former Exodus frontman Rob Dukes is back with a brand new single from his band Generation Kill. Never Relent is the new track, which features his one-time bandmate Gary Holt on lead guitar. Rob also has a new album in the can and ready to go with his other project, Fragile Mortals, which features Run DMC's Daryl McDaniels. Finnish doom metaler Swallow the Sun will release their first live album this summer. 20 years of gloom, beauty, and despair on Century Media Records. I think it's got a longer subtitle that I can't remember all of right now. But Swallow the Sun is one of the heaviest, darkest bands in the world, and we are so excited for this live record. Of course, they had a killer original full-length studio album out last year. Crushed all their tour hopes from the pandemic. Hopefully, they can rebook and come back in 2022. WTNH, an ABC affiliate in New Haven, Connecticut, did an expose last week on Ollie Herbert of All That Remains. The unsolved death of Herbert continues to linger on in the hearts of fans and friends with no end to the case in sight. It was definitely considered mysterious and suspicious circumstances when he passed away. Initially it was thought it was a suicide. It's just been a terrible loss for the metal community, for the band All That Remains. They continue locked in a legal battle with Ollie's wife, Elizabeth, or widow, and not sure what's going to happen with that, but we miss Ollie. He was a great dude. We got to chat and interview with him many times and hang out with him in Massachusetts shows and on tour. Rest in power, Ollie Herbert. Heavy metal legend Dee Snider is coming back with the follow-up to his amazing smash hit record For the Love of Metal. Leave a Scar is coming later this year from Napalm Records. It's got Jamie Jost of Hatebreed back in the producer's chair, back with his awesome backing band. We are so pumped for this Dee Snider new solo album. In one of the best pairings we've ever heard of, black metal and classic art, the Munch Museum in Oslo, Norway will team up with Satyricon for an exhibition in early 2022 featuring the band and the art of the great Edward Munch. You know Munch from The Scream and Vampire and a bunch of other iconic classic art pieces. And Satyricon, one of the leading and greatest black metal bands in history. What a match, what a pair. I shit you not. Unbelievable stories you can't make up. You know what you needed in your life in 2021 but didn't know about it? In the End by Linkin Park, covered by Eric Cartman, or in the voice of Eric Cartman. TikTok star Fernando Ufred did a cover of Linkin Park's In the End in the voice of Eric Cartman. This shit is hilarious, and it went completely viral all over the web, not just on TikTok. Shared everywhere, thousands and thousands of times. What an awesome, hilarious, funny thing, and a cool way to keep Chester Bennington's memory alive. And now for a look at who rules its streaming. The Bearded Axe Slingers, Will Reese and Rishi Mehta, formerly of Babylon Fire, and Luke Appleton of Absolva and Blaze Bailey's band and a bunch of other bands, teamed up with Mark Jackson of Acid Rain and Stu Block, the legend himself, formerly of Iced Earth, for an incredible cover of Iron Maiden's Revelations. 2 Minutes to Late Night is back on Who Rules Its Streaming, this time led by the guys in Thursday covering Bruce Springsteen, along with some help from Arsenio Hall. They covered Bruce's Dancing in the Dark, a tribute to the Boss, and their friend Andy Bustillos, who's apparently fallen on some hard times and is a major Springsteen head.
And now for a look at some of the music on New Music Friday. Atreyu, Baptize, Spine Farm Records, Black Veil Brides, The Phantom Tomorrow, Sumerian Records, Boss Cleode, Family the Smiling Thrush, Ripple Music, Circle of Size, Narky, Metal Assault Records, Disaster, Churches Without Saints, Metal Blade Records, Eternal Struggle, Year of the Gun, Demons Run Amok, and Upstate Records, Flotsam and Jetsam, Blood in the Water, AFM Records, Hans Grossman, To Where the Light Retreats, self-released, Inhuman Condition, Rat God, Listenable Records, Lycanthro, Mark of the Wolf, Alone Records, Nephalia, The Sign Records, Paul Gilbert, Werewolves of Portland, Mascot Label Group, Rise Against, Nowhere Generation, Luma Vista Recordings, Secret Rule, Mea Culpa, self-released, Septus, Phantom Indigo, Willowtip Records, Sordide, Les Idées Blanches, Ladlow Records, Urvelt, Distant Galaxies Collide, Sleeping Giant Glossolalia, Van Canto, To the Power of 8, Napalm Records, and Worm Shepherd, In the Wake of Saul, Unique Leader Records.
And now for a look in our mailbag.
This week's mailbag kicks off with this awesome purple shirt that I got from the Punk Rock NBA. Brutal technical death metal on the front, technical brutal death metal printed on the back. His web store's got a ton of cool, fun merch. His YouTube channels are amazing. Support that guy with a follow and a like and a comment. Mailbag is also brought to you this week by Liquid Death Mountain Spring Water and Sparkling Water in recyclable cans. You know we love this stuff. We cut a recent commercial by our producer Omar Cordy with me in it, pouring a can of water on myself. It's hilarious. Go watch it. But also, they sent me a ton of water. They sent me 6 cases of this stuff. I'm never going to run out at this point. They also sent me some merch. Let's see what's in the bag. Oh! We got a shirt. Pretty cool, with the crest on the chest on the front and Hydrate on the back. Ooh, soft material, another crest on the front and a cool Murder Your Thirst on the back. Liquid Death with their iconic logo and a sticker. Thanks Liquid Death and the Punk Rock NBA for hooking it up so well. You made it to this part of the show, so you know what time it is. It's the end. Ghost Cult Mag is a small business. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and check out our other content on the channel. As we say every week at this juncture of the show, it's a tough time in the world. So please, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'm gonna eat this yogurt. Yogurt. Oh, you guys are still here? Stay fucking metal!